Hey guys, welcome back to a nice couple of videos on Terraria. I realise that most of the people on YouTube are now doing videos on Terraria and I've kind of missed the boat a little bit, as it were. So I'm going to leapfrog a little bit and do a couple of really kind of, I don't know, maybe kind of quite basic intro videos. How to gather up resources, how to build a house, how to kind of keep yourself safe, that sort of thing. And then jump across onto my main account, which is, it's not fantastically far ahead. I'm on gold level armor, so I kind of spent some time picking up ores, getting armor and weapons sorted. I haven't really done anything much with it. A little bit of exploring is about it. I haven't fought any of the bosses or anything like that. So I thought it might be a nice idea to jump across into what's obviously going to be slightly more interesting material than me standing here chopping down trees. And since I haven't actually seen it myself, it might be kind of fun for both of us. So yeah, that's my plan. So right, on with the basics. Have a little wander around. I've been picking up some wood already with the axe. You can use the pickaxe to pick up pretty much everything else. Any of the background items like chairs or tables or anything like that, you'll need to make yourself a hammer, but we'll come back to that later. For now, as with most of these games, whenever you start them, the best idea is to pick up quite a lot of resources. I'm just going to clear this area off. There's quite a nice cave off to the left hand side, so I'm going to spend some time building a house here, and then we can have a little nosy down into the cave. If you're stuck without a weapon this early, it's better to switch over to your pick, as you can see, than your axe. It tends to do a lot more damage. It's also a bit faster as well, so even higher on I tend to use the pick slightly more than the sword, unless I'm fighting something which obviously it's not doing a lot of damage to. Personal choice, of course. I'm sure there'll be plenty of you screaming at the screen, "Make a sword!" I just tend to find that whenever you're facing a horde of zombies or there's 4 or 5 slimes coming at you, the sword can sometimes be a little bit slow, so I've got into the habit of using the pickaxe for some reason. Okay, so this area is cleared out anyway. Let's just get rid of greenie here. And I want to clear out a layer below so I can put in some flooring rather than just having a dirt floor, like some kind of scrubber. Oh, this is covered in slimes. Okay, that should do. So let's put in a nice wooden floor. And there we go. Keeps our shoes clean. Put up a couple of walls. Just drop myself down a little step so I can get up and do the roof. And there we are. We have the framework for our house. Obviously it's not completed, there's no back wall, so we'll get to in a few moments, but for now that should keep us safe from slimes and everything else that comes at us. So one of the reasons you want to pick up so much wood at the start is because most of the stuff in the game, especially this early on, needs wood. You'll need wood for that crafting bench, which you need to make higher level items. You'll also need it and gel from the slimes, which you'll want to collect quite a bit of, since you'll need the light in the caves to make torches. Even later on in the game, wood's quite handy because you can make some nice little platforms that you can jump through, which are always really handy to get out of a tight situation. wood's also needed for things like pick handles. I can't remember if it's needed for sword handles, but I'm guessing it probably is. So things like that, it's always worth keeping a few pieces of wood about. Just going to make some wall for the back area of the house. Not a massive fan of wood houses, to be fair. I prefer stone ones, which you can do if you have more time. It's just it happens to be a lot easier to pick up wood at this point in the game than lots and lots of stone. So anyway, yeah, door on, and then you use the wood paneling for your back wall, which stops things spawning inside your house. If you dig yourself out a cave, don't kind of make your house there and leave the back wall. You can see just down inside the cave some of the brown area as the background. I made the rather stupid mistake whenever I started the game of kind of hollowing out a hill and making my house there, thinking that the back wall was perfectly fine, but obviously since the game uses it in caves, the mobs will still spawn on a dirt background, so not the best idea. So definitely worth going and picking up some wood or stone and doing it properly. Okay, these are the platforms I was mentioning earlier. Quite handy in that you can jump up and down through them rather than most of the other blocks in game, which kind of you'll hit your head off and bounce off basically. You have to jump around and land on top, whereas those little platformy things you can jump straight through, which is very handy. Don't worry too much if you go outside the lines. I'm not going to slap you too hard for not being able to colour in like me. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more wood so I can finish off making the background for that house. And I think I'll pick up the copper while I'm here. Underground tree. And just working my way down to the ore beneath me. Clear up some of the dirt. And there we go, a little bit of copper. And while we're here, I may as well pick up some of the cobwebs. You use cobwebs in the game to make silk. It's quite handy to start with because you can make a bed if you have enough, which sets your spawn point. Always very handy. Just get rid of this red slime. Come on, you bugger, I really should have made a sword. Get some air. Just pick up this little piece of iron. And while I'm here, I may as well show you how to mine underwater. After I pick up this lovely gold, Quite surprised to see gold this early on actually. I didn't find it for quite a while on my main character. Give me the gold! Oh, block above. That's better. Oh, some silver as well. Definitely a lot more resources early on in this game. This world even. Even some sapphire. Bloody hell. A little bit more iron. It's an awful lot of resources in a very small area.